Alright, so I want to talk about something that's been kind of sitting with me for a while, and it's not really like a big dramatic thing. It's more like my own opinion I've been brewing for a bit, and I finally want to just get it off of my chest. So this video is gonna be about Lolcow channels, specifically channels like Kiwitapes and other similar channels in that same little corner of YouTube. Now before I go any further, I do want to say this up front, okay? This is not me trying to cancel anybody. This is not me trying to start beef with anybody. And honestly, this isn't even me saying that you shouldn't watch this stuff. Like genuinely, if it's your cup of tea, if you love watching these videos, go for it. I'm not the content police. I'm not trying to stop you from enjoying what you enjoy. This is just like my own personal opinion on this whole genre of content, and I wanted to sit down and actually explain why it rubs me the wrong way. My main issue is just how lazy the content is, you feel me? And I don't mean lazy and like they didn't try hard enough. I mean lazy in a specific sense. A lot of these channels are literally just talking someone else's content, someone else's video, someone else's content or whatever it is, and just playing it. Like they'll do a little intro, make some commentary sprinkled in here and there, and the bulk of the video is just the 5-minute video the Lolcow made, and they just play the whole thing, like the whole entire video. And look, I get it, I get why it works, right? Because the original person, the Lolcow, they are already the entertainment. People want to see a little pathetic meltdown or whatever chaotic thing this person did or said. So of course, if you just repost that, people are going to click, people are going to watch. Because the hard part, the actual content creation, was already done by someone else. You're just kind of like riding on their coattails. It's that what really gets to me. Because at the end of the day, no matter how ridiculous the Lolcow is, no matter how unhinged or over the top whatever their video is, it's still their content. They made that. They put that together, however awful it looks. And when you just take it wholesale and slap it into your own video and monetize it, you're making ad revenue off of it. You're making money off of someone else's labor, essentially. I don't care how much of a loser or degenerate they are, it's still technically stealing. Like, that's the word for it. You're taking someone else's work without their permission and profiting off of it. You wouldn't like it either if someone stole your video and re-uploaded it. The intro, I brought up Kiwitapes specifically, because I think it's a pretty clear example of this pattern. A lot of videos are structured the exact same way. There's a little setup, little context, recounting a video someone like Nova Online or Cyrex made, and then there's a full video. Sit back and watch. I'm not saying there's zero effort involved, like there's editing, there's commentary, there's some structure to it, but the actual meat of the video, the thing people are tuning in for, a huge chunk of meat is just someone else's raw footage. Unfortunately, it's not Kiwitapes either. It's this kind of format for a whole bunch of these Lolcow channels. SmokeyMC in that same space doing similar stuff. Got channels under this whole Lolcow universe umbrella, Lolcow Live and stuff like that, and of the same energy as those channels. It's like a whole little ecosystem that's basically built on repackaging others' TikTok or Reels. And honestly, the thing that made this click for me was watching, as I mentioned a second ago, Nova Online videos from Kiwitapes. And I don't know if you've seen any of these, but man, they're like the same video over and over again. Like the format doesn't change, the structure doesn't change. It's just a new thing Gabe does, some new footage, some new narration. And once you notice that pattern, you really can't unnotice it. It's like watching the man behind the curtain. You realize that this isn't really content creation in the same way I thought it was. This is more like a factory line. Grab footage, slap a little title on it, throw a thumbnail together, upload, rinse and repeat forever. And that's how you generally go insane. It's like Vasset from Far Cry 3. Even though I dislike these videos, I do want to be fair, because I think people are gonna push back and say, well, this person's a public figure, they put this out themselves, so what's the big deal? And I hear that, I do, but putting a video on your own channel with your own name on it, different than someone else taking your whole video, wrapping it in their own branding and profiting off of it through ads and through YouTube monetization system. And even though sponsorships or whatever it is, like, I think there's a difference between someone reacting to 5 seconds of clips with genuine commentary versus just playing the entire thing start to finish with minimal added value. One of those is commentary, the other is basically just redistribution. But I don't want to paint this with too broad of a brush. As far as I know, I've not seen any evidence, any proof of Kiwitapes or channels like it actually doxing a Lolcow, like leaking their personal information, address, that kind of stuff. I haven't seen that happen, at least not that I know of. So I don't want to sit here and act like these channels are ruining people's lives in that way, because I generally don't have any proof of that. But hey, if you know something I don't, if you've seen something, some situation that did happen, drop it in the comments below, let me know, because I'd want to know too. I'm not trying to make claims I can back up here. I just want to be honest about what I do and don't know. But even without that, even without the doxing angle, even without that whole angle, my problem still stands, right? Because my issue isn't really about whether they're harassing people online or doxing people. My issue is about the laziness of it, as I mentioned already. The fact that this entire content format is built around minimal original effort and maximum resilience on somebody else's material. That's the core for me. It's not really ethics or harassment thing. It's more of like a creative integrity thing, if that makes sense. Like, imagine if a music channel just played an entire song front to back with little intro and an outro slapped on, and they call that a reaction video. People would call that out immediately, right? People would say, that's not a reaction, that they didn't react to anything and just played the song. And I feel like a lot of these Lolcow channels are doing the exact same thing, with just TikTok footage instead of music. I think part of the why this bugs me so much is just because there are content creators out there who do this kind of content well, you know? Like, people who take a clip, break it down, add actual context, actual analysis, maybe some humor, and genuine insight on why this person's behavior is the way it is. That kind of video that actually takes work, months of work. Take someone like Turkey Tom. When you compare Turkey Tom to just the 5-minute video of Nova Online's TikTok, it just kind of highlights how little effort some of these bigger channels like Kiwitapes are actually putting in relative to the audience and the money they're pulling in. The thing is, my whole issue here, it's not moral crusade for me or trying to say these channels are evil or whatever. This format is kind of lazy, and it kind of bums me out that it works so well, because it doesn't feel like it's actually rewarding creativity or effort. It's rewarding someone, whoever can grab the footage the fastest and repost it first. You could say my own content is lazy, but I don't make this to rack money. I just wanted to voice my own opinion on the matter. And like I said at the start, I'm not trying to tell anybody what to watch. If you genuinely enjoy this stuff, like if Kiwitapes or SmokeyMC or Lolcow Live or whatever channel is your thing, man, go watch it. Seriously. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm better than you for not watching it. That's not the vibe of my channel. This is me laying out my own personal opinion on why a specific style of content doesn't sit with me. You're totally free to disagree. You're totally free to keep watching whatever you enjoy. That's completely your call. I just wanted to put this out because I don't really see people talking about it from this angle that often. A lot of criticism I see of these Lolcow channels is focused on the harassment side, or the fact that you could, as this is ethical to cover mentally ill people, which is a valid conversation too, don't get me wrong. But for me personally, it's the reliance on other people's work to fill up runtime. That's the thing that gets under my skin. If half of these degenerates died today, half of these channels would be out of a job. If Nova dies tomorrow, Kiwitapes has no dead horse to beat on anymore. And that to me is just sad, that you genuinely have to rely on a fucking pet for your content to be good and make money off of. It comes off as super greedy. I'm just morally wrong, you know? It's like me making a 20-part series on every video EDP 445 made back in the day. It's me relying on content that isn't mine. And sorry I have to say this, but Nova Online putting that little copyright market thing in this video is needed, because channels like Kiwitapes or SmokeyMC, it's kind of where I land on it, the big picture of this. I am really not a fan of the format. I think it's insanely lazy and leans a little too hard on borrowed content. And I think example of this, like the Nova Online or Daniel Larson videos, kind of prove that point, because it is the same structure over and over again with barely anything changed. But then again, that's just me. If that's your thing, go watch it, enjoy it. Anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest today. Let me know what you think down in the comments, especially if you're seeing anything regarding the doxing thing I mentioned earlier. I genuinely want to know if I'm wrong about that. And yeah, other than that, thanks for sticking around and listening to me ramble about this for a bit. Catch you in the next one. Yep.